again? Yes. Let's continue the story. Before that, let me remind you the summary of the story, the ashes that made trees blue. This is a story of an honest and hardworking old couple and their pet dog. They loved their dog very much. The old man was a rice farmer. One day, his dog was trying to point out a spot. He followed the dog. Suddenly, the old man struck his hoe in the earth and he got a pile of gold. There was also another wicked and cruel couple lived in that village. They also heard about this. So, they dragged the dog into their garden and they also took their spade and hoe with them. Suddenly, the dog started to dig the ground. So, the wicked old man and his wife started to dig the ground and they got a dead kitten. Instead of gold, they got a dead kitten. Furious at the dog, they killed the dog. The good old man heard of his dog's death. He felt very sad. At that night, he saw a dream. In that dream, his dog appeared and advised him to cut down the pine tree over his grave and made a mortar and a mill for his rice pastry and bean sauce. As advised by the dog, the old man cut down the pine tree and made a mortar, a hammer and a mill. When the New Year's time arrived, the good old man started to make the pastry. The pastry was almost ready for baking and it was in the mortar. Then suddenly the whole mass, the whole dough turned into a heap of gold. When the old lady started to grind the beans in the mill, gold dropped like rain. Again they became rich. The wicked old man and his wife was peeping through the window and they saw all these things. They became envious, they became jealous and they borrowed the mortar and the magic mill from the good old man. Did they get the gold? No. They got a foul mass of worms. Again, they became furious and they chopped the mill into pieces and used it as firewood. Okay, let's continue. All of you take your text and listen carefully. Moving to the second part, page number 60. Not long after that, the good old man dreamed again and the spirit of the dog spoke to him, telling him how the wicked people had burned the mill made from the pine tree. Take the ashes of the mill, sprinkle them on the withered trees and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. After a few days, the good old man dreamed again. What did appear in his dream? Yes, the spirit of his pet dog appeared before him and it spoke to him about the incidents that happened in the wicked old man's house. The dog advised him to take the ashes of the mill and sprinkle them. Do you know what is meant by sprinkling? In the curries, you sprinkle salt sprinkling. Okay, so the dog advised the good old man to take the ashes of the mill and sprinkle them on the withered. Withered means bare and dry. So it advised the good old man to take the ashes of the mill and sprinkle them on the withered trees. Then it will bloom again. What do you mean by bloom? Bloom means to produce flowers. Okay, so take the ashes of the mill and sprinkle them on the withered, bare and dry trees, then it will bloom again. This is the advice by his pet dog. Okay. Next paragraph. The old man awoke and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. From time to time, they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze from some bits of the mill, while behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. See, the mill had already burned and there would be the ashes. The dog advised him to take the ashes. Suddenly, the old man awoke. The good old man awoke and he went to the wicked couple's house. And what were the wicked couple doing? They were sitting near their square fireplace, smoking and spinning. They also warmed their hands from time to time. Behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. Okay. Next paragraph. The good old man humbly asked for the ashes. Though the covetous couple turned up their noses at him and scolded him as if he were a thief, they let him fill his basket with the ashes. On coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. The news of this filled the village, and everyone ran out to see the wonder. The covetous couple also heard the story and, gathering up the remaining ashes of the mill, kept them to make withered trees blossom. The good old man had also taken a basket with him to collect the ashes. He asked for the ashes politely. The cruel old couple treated him with contempt, as if he were a thief, but they allowed him to take the ashes. After collecting the ashes, the good old man returned to home and he took his wife to his garden. There was a cherry tree. As it was the winter season, the cherry tree was bare, means without any leaves and flowers. The good old man then sprinkled a pinch of ashes on the cherry tree, and wow, it sprouted blossoms. The cherry tree was full of pink colored flowers that perfumed the air. This news spread and everyone in the village came to see the miracle, the wonder. Who heard the story? Yes, the covetous couple, the greedy couple heard the story. Again, their mind was full of jealousy. They collected the remaining ashes of the mill from their fireplace and they waited for a chance. Next paragraph. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him, taking his basket of ashes. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the hillside. When the kind old man heard that his lord, here they were called daimyos, because this is a Japanese story and the wealthy landowners in Japan were called daimyos in 19th century. So the landlord was passing through the road near the village. The good old man took his basket of ashes as the train approached. Here train means the procession. So as the procession approached, the good old man climbed into a withered, means a bare cherry tree that stood by the wayside. Let's continue. Now, in the days of the daimyos, it was the custom when their lord passed by for all the loyal people to shut up their high windows. They even pasted them fast with a slip of paper, so as not to commit the impertinence of looking down on his lordship. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. In the days of the daimyos, it was the custom that when a landlord passed by, all the people had to shut down their high windows. commit the impertinence of looking down. Impertinent means impolite behavior. They didn't even dare to look down on their lordship. If the people were outside, that people would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate. What do you mean prostrate? Prostrate means lying on the ground facing downward position. So the outside people remain prostrate. They had to lay there until the procession passed by completely. Okay. If you want to watch the previous parts of this video, the links are given in the description box. You can check the links there. Okay. I hope all of you have understood. Read the text every day. That's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.